because I also from here, and yeah, I'm also from here, PyCon Thailand this year. So just talking about my talk is talking about Python 2.7, and all of you, of course, you know Python, and of course you know Python 2. So yeah, let's kind of memorize and kind of do something. Try to thinking what's the purpose we learn Python. This is my purpose. This is my motivation. And first of all, I want to thank every one of you because you joined the community and also joined the conference to make this PyCon Thailand 2019 is possible. So thank you. And I want to just briefly introduce myself. That's all. Because I also the volunteer, organizer, or contributor about this community, so this is, I guess I have a speaker, so I have a chance to introduce my community too. FOSSASIA is talking about FOSS, it means the FOSS, free open source software. This is quite a big movement of this modern century about open source. So if you're interested about contribution in the open source field, try to think about our community. It's based on Singapore and maybe Vietnam, Vietnam or other country. We also have a conference which called PyCon FOSSASIA Summit, which held every year before the Lunar year. So if you're interested about open source, also called project or contribution to open source, please think about our community. And also we have all our project will be held in storage and contributed and shared in the GitHub. Try to check it out. Now we are ready to talk my topic today. Okay, so are we ready to go or ready to say goodbye to Python 2? Of course, because you know, this is the reason we come here because the Python 2 is already the end of life. The ELF date is already done. It's 2020. So we don't have any question about, we have to say yes. But listen, I think this is all my purpose and all my talk today. Thank you. Do you have any question? Okay. No question? Yeah, I think we still have time. But only 5 minutes, so I guess maybe we can talk more, right? So if no one wants to talk, yeah, I can talk. So before the Q&A, I think we still have something you can share. Yeah. So now, if you don't have any question, so I have a question. Why if we are saying no to say goodbye? Why is it possible we say no? Actually, you still can say no, but it's not a purpose or it's not a motivation. We want to improve our technology or our skill. So what means to say no? It's not only to say no. The say no is mean we want to know why this should be say no. Of course, you can go to the Python website, the python.org, and they will give you about more than 10 million words to explain why we have closed the Python 2. Because it's not only decided by one people, it's decided by community. So before we say no, we can see how could we do before we say no. I believe all of you are Python engineer or interested in Python, so I think maybe all of you already know what means 6, what means 2 Python 2, or what means the 2.7.93. Do you know this version? Maybe you don't know, okay, no problem. And before that, I just want to share a video. Probably I guess maybe some of you already know. Because this video, yeah, it just recorded this year, the February 13, by Oracle. So before that, I want to share some talk from our Python father, Guido.
I'm Dutch. I grew up in the Netherlands. In fact, I created Python while I was working in the Netherlands. months, I got a nice job as a programmer at a place called CWI, which is sort of a research lab funded by the government.
audio,
in advanced math and
Maybe you
computer science.
come to the microphone.
My first job was on a team that worked on a programming language named ABC, and it was a super interesting project, and everything I know about language design, or all my opinions about language design, originate in that project. ABC was eventually unsuccessful, and I moved on to programming on other projects at the same place. The key one was Amoeba, which was a distributed system that was being built collaboratively by CWI and other universities in Amsterdam. At some point, I realized every application we had to write in for Amoeba is basically either a shell script or a C program. And I found that there were downsides to either of those. And I thought, well, I wish there was a third language that was sort of in the middle of those. It felt more like a genuine programming language, like the C side, but that was perhaps interpreted, easier to use, sort of more concise of expression, like shell scripts, but without the sort of terrible properties in terms of readability of shell scripts. I thought, I can build my own. Building an interpreter is going to take me 2 or 3 months, and I'll win that time back by increased productivity, not just for myself, but for the whole team. Well, those 3 months sort of ballooned to more and more time. I don't think on the Amoeba project, we ever gained that productivity back. Amoeba sort of mostly produced scientific papers. Python slowly became successful, and after about a year, we released it as open source. Actually, we didn't call it open source because those terms had not been invented. And almost immediately, a small community of Python lovers started growing, where people sort of spread the word about Python and sort of started contributing back and critiquing each other's contributions, and sort of let me have the last word about whether I wanted a particular contribution in the language. Last July, I actually resigned my position at VDFL, which is ironic because of the FL standing for life. One imminent change is that Python's own governance structure is changing. The community is currently in the middle of sort of figuring out what the best way is to sort of have governance going forward, which is either going to be another VDFL, although that is the less likely solution. More likely, I see a small committee of people who are committed to Python's success long term. Those people will also be guiding Python's sort of future vision.
Yeah, I think Guido is more interested in my talk, so I think it's very good and very inspired about talking about Python. So based on his talk, based on his video, I think all of you already know all basically about Python. It's not only talking about programming, it's talking about like a sprint, like about your way to program. So some people, I remember it's Roger, he take this idea to writing a port which called Zen over Python. I think maybe most of you already know that. Try to type in the import list, then you can get this one. So unfortunately, my sound is not good enough, or otherwise I will try to pronounce about this portrait. It's very beautiful and very simple. But otherwise, it's kind of the problem. Without talking about Python 2, right? So what's the connection about this portrait with Python 2? Yeah, just because we know the Python 2 is not the out of date. It's kind of it's not simple anymore. So I think it's probably the reason we have to say goodbye because of this portrait. It's also an idea to me to inspire to check the documentation about the Python.org. I think, do you have checking any the README or documentation at the website on the Python.org? Mostly we just download the Python. Actually, we didn't check the main document really. Mostly, if I have a question, I always search the GitHub or the Stack Overflow or something. I really buried to see any documentation from this one. But for this talk, I really do some research and do check there. Before that, also, the Python is also maintained by the Python Software Foundation, which is the organization to help us also to maintain the Python, the logo, and the others, including the conference which called PyCon. And also, we have many community in Asia. It's kind of, you can see, it's already, Thailand already on the list. And also, we have many members to join the conference and the meetup every year. I believe now this number is over 1 million because this number is, I record is 2016. So now it should be over 1 million. So also the PSF mission, we're talking about why we need a PSF. This is the mission we're talking about. And yesterday I got some sticker from PSF and I put the level 7, but I didn't know any one of you have already done. Probably yesterday night, this night I checked, it's already gone. So if we don't, I'm sorry, I put all these things I own. So if you need, I can ship into Thailand if you want. Yeah, just tell me. Yeah, I got a lot. We're talking about Python 2 and Python 3 and also Python. Before that, we have to memorize the date because this is very important to my talk about the date. Now you can see the Python 2 is released in 2010. The others, including the Python 3, is earlier than the Python 2, 2.7. But the others, now we have many record talking about how to see for the Python. You can see the trend. This trend is talking about the lowest and the highest. It depends on maybe 10 years, 15 years ago, and highest is almost today. So now the Python is quite popular. Of course, you know, because you are learning Python, you're joining Python conference. Now you know the Python is quite popular, but we're talking about 10 years ago, in 2010. In 2010, the Python 2.7 just released, and you can see that high is already have some curve to rising up for Python. So what's the problem about that? I remember it's kind of the big data is now just blown out. The turn of big data or data or AI or something is already very popular now, but also it's very popular before now. It's what's the year of that? It probably is about 2009 or 2008. And since then, the Python is quite useful and quite easier for people to learn the new language. So if you want to choose a new language, the Python is, of course, the best choice. Not only this graph, we also have many graphs to show us it's not only one proof to us that Python is popular now. And also in Japan and Taiwan and many countries, the media also report about how popular for Python. I just got this slide. So also we have I just found the video. It's quite any one of you have a horse racing game. It's kind of, I guess maybe it's very interesting about it. Then you can see the Python is here, but you can see it's kind of rising and it's try to catch up, try to get up faster and faster. Then 2011, it's quite popular. And we can scale up, yeah. For infantry, this quite most popular than the other quite is almost for the C++. And also it try to catch up, but then you can most places, like it's almost in 2016 it's quite of the number 2 of them, Java and others. And eventually in the 2018 it's already down. Yeah, sorry, it's quite noisy, I know. But I want to show you the Python is quite popular now, and it's now really Chen for this one, and here also I check my top. Why? Okay. And also we have some results to talk about Python is quite popular. Have you ever to try to finish this survey? This survey is made by the JetBrains. The JetBrains is also our sponsor for PyCon Thailand this year. The JetBrains and the PSF try to cooperation to make this survey to dedicate want to know the developer or Python engineer and the community also. One of the topics is talking about how many people using Python 2 and Python 3. Of course, there are many results, but we just show out the Python 2 and FOSSASIA and Python 3. You can see in 2016, it's over 60% people using Python 2, including me. I started Python about 2015, so at that time I also used Python 2 mostly. Because you can see the most example or the tutorial is using Python 2, not Python 3. But in 2007, it's changed. It's changed too fast. It quite out over 75% using the Python 3 now. And also in next year, in the Python 2018, the Python 2 and Python 3, this gap is quite huge now. You can see the 84% and FOSSASIA and the 60%. Also, we are separate to the Python 2 and Python 3. You can see the Python 2.7 is the best of Python 2. The Python 3.7 is the best of Python 3. But now it's Python 3.7. 3.7 it should be is bigger than Python 6. Python 3.6. Sorry, today my tongue is more problem. Okay, but I'm sure you can see it in the picture. Yeah. And also we know there are many famous framework or package like that. So any one of you should be using one of them, right? You can just check the wheel. So just copy from this one. So don't worry about it. Yeah, you can check the wheel. Another one is the wheel. I guess maybe some people using the wheel to check which is popular, or if you are the package editor or author, you also will check your package in there too. Right? My package is not success, so I didn't finish my package. But someday I will check if possible to make the top 360. This website will show you the most popular package in top 316. So if you are also of the package, you check this one and know where you are ranking this. Yeah. So talking about the package, and also we're talking about a version is Python 3.7 is now. The Python 3.7 is released today, and also I think it's not only the latest version, because the 3.8 and 3.9 is already is made on schedule now. So in the future, we got a lot of 3.7 version or Python 3 version. But I checked the website, we also have the new version of Python 2.7. Unfortunately, I forgot to put this on my slide. But Python 2.7.19, now it's the 17. 2.7.18 and 2.7.19 will release about this middle of this year and early of next year. This is not only the finish this year, but we just finished our support, the technology support for 2.7. So I guess maybe This is the brief introduction about Python 2 and Python 2.7. Before that, I just want to share more something about behind the community. Because now we are coming to the Python conference. It's the conference also is the community organized. So before that, I want to share some community talking about women who code. Anyone of you have joined the breakfast yesterday morning? Do you know we have the breakfast? It's serviced by the women who code. It's free and also it's a they say it's Starbucks, but I didn't know. I don't know where is it. I cannot find it. I want to eat, but I can't find it. But it's not a breakfast issue. It's talking about a woman who code. Now the Python, also not only Python, it's an IT company, IT demand. We have big ratio, huge ratio about the female and male. The woman who code is an organization which try to promote the female in technology or in IT. This one is made by the Silicon Valley since 2007 or 2008, and now it's quite many region, so including the Taipei and also the others. And this year, in Asia, we have organized. I just volunteer. The Women Who Code have the Connect Asia. This conference will be held at Singapore, August 31. If you have chance in Singapore at time, we have please contact and just try to join the conference. And this is my favorite slogan is the respect diversity. I think usually I will put this slide for the end of my slide, but in talking about Python 2, I want to share something more. This video recorded by the EuroPython last year. And EuroPython has some small event for Guido because you know Guido already. Sorry, I didn't know it's so loud. Anyway, we record and we celebrate and we thank you, Guido. We also have another response from Guido. But unfortunately, this tweet already deleted. I remember it's after 2 days, Guido deleted this tweet, so now you cannot find it. But I captured it, so don't worry, I will remember it. Not only EuroPython, in this year at the PyConAPAC in Singapore, we also have a small event for that. Yeah, and thank you. Guido also replied. So today we are talking about 2.7, but in my mind, I want to say thank you, Guido, because you made it. You made the conference. You made the community, especially you made the Python. Thank you, Guido. Thank you. So this is real. Is there anyone of you have a question? Yeah.
What are you going to miss in 2.7?
Pardon?
What features are you going to miss in 2.7?
The feature?
Yeah, in Python 2.7.
Yeah.
What are you going to miss the most?
Oh, my most vision. Okay, let me talking about my background. I am the audio engineer. I work in the cell phone company and in charge of the audio, which means the speaker, mic, and the decoder, codec. So before I studied Python, I programmed in C over 12 years. But after I touched the Python, I studied Python with Raspberry Pi. So the most missing part of Python actually is IoT. It's not quite, not everyone thinking it's part of the, like data or like finance or something like that. Of course, like a Django or something. Because my study Python is study IoT in Raspberry Pi. So you can see the IoT actually is quite simple. The mostly is connect to the lot of sensor. So I learned about how to connect control the sensor by Raspberry Pi and using Python. And now I also made some project use like smart home. So this is my most memory about Python, of course the Python 2. But after all, I joined some data community like R or Taipei.py, the Python Taipei community. So at that time, I also studied about data. So I learned how to like grab the grabbing, like the grabbing, right? Yeah. So I think the most important about data. So actually, I try to change my role from the IoT engineer to kind of the data analyst. Now I didn't say I'm the data scientist or I kind of the data engineer. So now I'm mostly using like the ML framework for TensorFlow or PyTorch. And but unfortunately, I want to study more about SciPy, but I sorry I didn't do very well about SciPy. This is my regret. So how about your story? Because I think we have a lot of time. So you want to share your story?
Not much. Actually, when I started, Python 3 was already popular, so I started developing Python 3. But there were a lot of libraries that were not compatible with 3. So for some projects, I had to use Python 2, but now all are supported. So
yeah,
I've been using Python 3 for all my projects now.
Yeah, I forgot to say something about why I changed to Python 3. Just because the web grabbing, the HTTP lab is cannot use it in Python 3 anymore, so I have to change to Python 3. So, okay, anyone have you a question? Okay, so if you don't have a question, we still have time, right? Huh? Oh, yeah, of course.
I want to know, I'm still wondering if there's still kind of like corporate who's still using Python to like.
What's it?
I'm asking, do you, are there any kind of like corporates or enterprises are still using Python to Python?
For yeah, as I know, most in Taiwan, just talking about Taiwan, I didn't know other country. I have many friends working in a company which uses Python. All of them already changed to Python 3, really. Yeah, really, because they know the Python in the POP 373, they already announced the Python 2.7 will be end in 2003. So the most of company is changed the Python 2 to Python 3 before, as I know, in 2016. So at that time, when I studied Python, they already changed to Python 3. But they also using the Python 2 and Python 3 code, the both code, because they didn't know which one is more stable. But of course now, all of them changed to Python 3. Yeah. But how about Thailand? Because I didn't know Thailand status.
Yeah, not that I know.
Okay.
Because a lot of people who works in Thailand, not that I know,
Mm.
Yeah. But the reason why I'm asking because I still when I go to the python.org, the website,
Yeah.
I can still like see they still maintain the 2.2.
Oh yeah, because I said
yeah.
it's not maintaining. It's kind of bug fix. So that because the day is already done, so they will not support the Python 2 and the latest version release, which called 2.7.19. I remember it, 19 or 20 maybe. Yeah. After all, they didn't support any bug fix. If you have a bug, you can compile by yourself. Like me, yesterday I just compiled the Python 2.7.93. But it's just the. Okay. Even. Pardon?
What do you like in Python 3?
Python 3, mostly using Python 3 because I touch the data and also I want to visualization. So like Mobileye, and of course you can use Mobileye in the Python 2. But I studied Mobileye in the Python 3 actually. So Mapline and the Jungle. So not both of them I use a lot in Python 3. Yeah. I think maybe more of you is using Python for the website or the try to visualization, right? Yeah.